Alright, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to another Warframe showcase video. Today we're going to be covering Sevagoth. I'm going to be using Sevagoth Prime, so just a heads up. And we're going to go over his base abilities. We're going to go over his how to mod him, and we're going to show him off in a live demonstration. Um, right now, well, I don't know if it's still going on right now, but there was just a weird stream going on. I think there's like a bunch of hidden Easter eggs in there. But there was. I don't know if it's still going or not. But yeah, we're going to go into Sevagoth. Um, As far as how he plays, I mean, we'll get into it, but um, he's supposed to be sort of like a Reaper, something like that. Um, yeah, all in all, he's a really good frame. It's fun. His third ability is probably the one of the most subsumed abilities in the game, but I mean, yeah. So we're gonna start off by comparing Sevagoth Prime to Sevagoth, like base Sevagoth. We're gonna compare their stats, see how they compare, and we're gonna get into it. Where is it at? Right here. Okay, so Sevagoth to Sevagoth Prime. The health stays the same at 270. Shields go up from 235 to 270. Armor goes up from 160 to 185. Energy goes up from 140 to 175, and sprint speed is a 1.9. He's a 0.95. So he's a little bit slower than normal, but um, all in all, his abilities are really fun to use, and yeah. Going over his abilities. His passive is just basically how he dies. When he gets knocked out, he turns into a tombstone. His shadow allows him to resurrect given some time. And yeah. Sorry. And then not only that, he also has another, I guess you can call that a passive. He has what's called a death well. Essentially, enemies he kills with certain abilities will regenerate the the well. Um, and also I believe lifesteal too with the third. It generates what do you want to call it? I guess it just generate more energy for the death well. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's all revolving around that and using his big shadow and stuff. So yeah, going over the first ability, Reap. Essentially what you do is you launch forth your big shadow. As it goes forth, I mean, it's gonna suck up the souls of anyone that it hits. Another thing you can do, you can control it. So when you ADS while your first is out, you can guide it to where you want it to go. So it's pretty good. Um, and that's pretty much what that does. If you wanna increase its effectiveness, what you wanna mod for is for strength and range. And that's pretty much it about that ability. Right now we're gonna show it off, so you'll see what I mean. Going off to sow, essentially what you do is you plant the seed of death. Enemies can explode by it if they're in a low enough level, but what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit your first with it so that it can cause a radio explosion and deal damage and knock out enemies to generate souls for your well faster. I guess that's what you want to say. And that's pretty much what that does. This one, if you're going to get the most out of it, you're going to want to mod for range, a little bit of strength. And there's that. Going on to Gloom. Gloom, like I said, is the most subsumed Warframe ability in this entire game, because what it does is essentially you let out a pulse that slows enemies down. Not only does it slow enemies down, but it also steals life. And then if allies are within like your Gloom area, any attacks they do has life steal, so they can heal themselves with that. So it's a pretty good support ability. If I'm not mistaken, it's also like he can self-sustain with that, and it's good crowd control. So really strong ability, especially with Sevagoth. And then going on to his Exalted Shadow, as you've seen it here a couple of times, he releases his big shadow, and his shadow is modded separately, by the way. He's able to use melee based abilities he has his own mod selections, and he has his claws have separate modding too. You can form them and everything. So just to give you a heads up, if you're thinking about picking up Sevagoth, you're gonna have a lot of formas. You're gonna need a lot of formas. And yeah, if you want to get the most of all his abilities, I recommend you just mod for range and strength, because that's pretty much what you need. Little bit of duration, but you're good with just range and strength. Now we're gonna go over to the abilities for Sevagoth's Shadows. I gotta keep yawning. And by the way, there's nothing over here for modding. I do have 2 forma on him. There's nothing on Sevagoth Prime Shadow either, so yeah. We're gonna go over his abilities, and I got nothing on his claws here in a bit, so let's just go over the abilities. So he has no passive. Going on to what his shadow does, Embrace. So essentially, ghostly claws pull enemies towards you. Like I said, this is a melee based ability. So you'll pull people towards you. They'll be lifted. They'll be not slowed, but they'll just be fumbling in the air. They'll take increased damage as you melee them because they're lifted, and that's pretty much what that does. It's like a pull ability. Consume, essentially you dash through enemies, stealing their souls, healing Sevagoth, so it's a good survival ability. Death's Harvest, you mark enemies. In the description it says they get a sort of affliction, but essentially you make enemies more vulnerable to the damage you deal. So you're gonna want to keep this up if you're surrounded. And then your 4th ability is Reunite. You go back, you join back with Sevagoth, and yeah. So now we're gonna show off the abilities. Um, Go here. I think we're gonna bully the. Who do you wanna bully? Bully the Corpus. We'll keep him level 30. Let's do this right now. Yeah. Alright, so showing off the first ability. Like I said, you release his shadow, and without aiming or anything, you can just go straight. So you got strength, range, and I guess duration if you wanna go for that. But like I said, if you wanna get the most out of this ability, go for strength and range. There you go. I'll let it run out. And then if I want to aim it, I call it again. Say I aim it right here. And go here. I can go here. And yeah, that's pretty much all it is. Okay, casting my second ability. So these enemies are marked. They're taking damage. They're dying. As you can see, the passive is regenerating. Just the Soa. And there you go. Like I said, there's a huge synergy with the first and the second, but I think I'll show that off here in a bit. Maybe in the live showcase. I think they're dying too fast right now. I'll just do it fast. So I'll just cast this. You're taking damage over time. Cast my first. And you detonate a lot of the souls. It's a good way of generating your 4th. Okay. Now going on to Gloom. This starts off as a small circle to expand as time goes on. I think it is a channeled ability, so it will drain energy. But as enemies are moving towards you, they will slow down. So I'm going to cast it right now. Takes a while to go up. And as it's getting there, enemies are slowed down. Obviously, allies who are within your area are going to get healed if they hit enemies, but that's all it is. You'll see this more like in the live demonstration. Just want to show you what the cast looks like. And it does eat up a lot of energy. So if you do want to mitigate how much energy it drains, you want to go for a little bit of efficiency, if that's your taste. But yeah. And showing off the fourth ability, this is going to go based off the passive over on the bottom right. So because I am using his deluxe skin, he's gonna have a song. So just keep that in mind. His shadow does have his own like energy pool and everything. He has his own health. He has his own separate bottom, kind of like a Warframe. So yeah, he has a unique dash. Yeah, so here's what one swipe does. Oh. Right. And then I'll go over his abilities right now separately. Give me 1 second. So going over his first ability, Embrace, this is what you do. Pull him out towards you, knock him out. If you want to use your second ability, Consume, you go through him. Third ability just makes him more vulnerable to damage, so you activate it, hit him. And then your fourth ability, just Reunite. I wonder if that's the effect that is left on enemies when you cast your first, because I noticed that around for a while. Very interesting. Let's see what's up with that. Let me test it out actually. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Eight, 11. What is it? I'll do it again. There's a lot of numbers there. 6,032, 3,016. Okay, I'm just gonna cast my first. I'm gonna hit these guys. I wonder. It's very interesting. Okay, let me just do this. Clear them out. Alright, so we showed off the abilities. We're gonna go into modding the Warframe. So I'm gonna put myself into the mind space of like a beginner player, someone who's going through a star chart, who picked up Sevagoth and wants a rough template on how to build them, and then they go from there, like on their own stuff. Because I'm not like a meta builder. I don't care about like what's meta and stuff. And give you all an idea of what you want to mod for when modding for Sevagoth. It's gonna be a bit longer because we gotta mod Sevagoth and we gotta mod his shadow and his claws. So yeah. I'm not gonna mod his class. I'm just gonna put my build on there. Alright. So knowing what I know about Sevagoth, with regards to his passive and how it's tied around his death and his solo and stuff, I'm gonna wanna just put on Steel Charge. And put that on there for his shadow, melee damage, melee weapons and stuff, so put that there. I'm pretty sure it affects it. We'll see. Don't wanna go with that. From here, as far as modding goes, if I have a prime that I use and you don't have a prime mod, keep your Alpha Bracketeer. If I use a set mod, you can usually find them in Deimos, Fortuna, and Cetus. And if I use a corrupted mod, you gotta be part of a clan, and you have to build the corrupted hollow key. There's usually 4 of them. Each 4 of them have different negative effects. You go to Deimos, you farm the vaults, and it's better if you do those in a squad. And yeah, that's how you get those. Just keep that in mind. I'm not gonna be using anything like late game, so you're gonna see some mods that if you don't have any, like, whoa, where do you get those? Those are more late game stuff. So yeah. And if you don't have the prime variants, the base one is just as good. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So to start off, Sevagoth does take a lot of energy, so we're gonna go with Prime Flow. Flow if you got it. For survivability, like I always say, oh, we'll throw in some continuity. We don't need some continuity there. I will throw some Prime Vigor for some survival. We'll throw on, what is it? Intensify for some strength. Throw on, where is that? Do this. Hmm. Do we want continuity there? Do you want some duration? Not really. We'll come back to this. So once we got that covered, we got vigor, flow, range. We're gonna want to add some, I mean, strength. We're gonna add some range, so we're gonna go with some stretch. Kind of wish it was a prime stretch. I'm not gonna lie. And we could use a little bit of more strength. We'll add some continuity because I think we're gonna use transient fortitude here. So throw on prime continuity for a little bit of duration. Throw on transient fortitude for a little bit more strength. So we got that done. We can add on um, some more range. Where's it at? Throw on some auger reach because this mod I like using this set a lot because it can kind of act as a survivability thing since you can get shields or over shields. So throw this on there. And is there anything else we can add for like more strength? So we have a lot of points left. Um, hmm. Oh, I mean, you can go with this if you wanna go a little bit faster. This I used to run this with vigor a lot just so I can get my survivability good. Um, we'll see what else. What else can I do here? Nope. No, that's more different things. Hmm. I guess we'll add streamline for efficiency. Dude, is that what we want? Streamline for no. Okay, well this last mod you can add whatever you want, honestly. I'll just go with I'll throw in some streamline just to keep it like ability focused. Go with that. So this should cover all your bases as a new player if you have most of the stuff. And going on to Sevagoth Shadow, still charge on him because he needs it. Um and then you're gonna want to mod him roughly the same way. You gotta keep in mind his shields are like dramatically lower than his health, so you can mod for more shields if that's what you want. So just cause I can, I'm gonna go Vigor for health and shield. Flow cause he's gonna need it. Strength cause he's gonna need it. Where are you at? Because it also affects his abilities too, so just keep that in mind. We're gonna go with Stretch, Augur Reach, Augur Secrets for more. Oh, continuity. We'll do this over here. I should cover that. And I think I'm gonna switch the aura mod in this one. So instead of having steel charged, I'm gonna select on Dreamer's Bond. do that. I think that'll help. Then going on to his claws. No, that's already what we have modded there for him. Checking his claws. This is what I'm running with. So just keep that in mind. I'm debating if I need this one or not, but we'll see. So now let's see how his abilities stack up to the enemies now. See what kind of damage they do. Right, so let me go get some more energy. I forgot to do that. Right, so coming over here. As you can see, it's affecting everyone now. I'm gonna cast my second ability. I'm curious about that after effect that the shadow leaves. Does that make him more vulnerable to damage, like the way it shows in his fourth? Let me know in the comment section below, because I have no idea if that after effect means something or it's just there for show. So if it does leave him more vulnerable to damage, I think that would be a very strong ability. Alright, we showed off the second. The third, I mean, you're gonna see it more in practice, but the range, it covers a lot now. And as you knock out enemies, you're gonna generate energy for your passive right there. Jesus, this is dealing a lot of damage. Huh, interesting. And we'll cancel that out. Then we'll show you the fourth ability, which is gonna need its own energy. So cast it out. The music you're hearing is just because of the luck skin. So I'm gonna hit an enemy with this. He does have like I should say this about any frame. They have their own stances, so I'm gonna show off the blocking stance. Oh no, the standing one. This is what it looks like. This is the blocking standing without moving forward. This is moving forward with just mashing the circle. Then this is a forward blocking. So yeah, they each do different things. They are not different things. They each have their own uses. I know a lot of people just like to mash either E or the circle button or wherever you're on, whatever you're on. But it's good to know what to do in certain situations. Okay, so going to the second ability, which is Consume, that heals. So there's that. Going on to the third real quick, you do this. You inflict them with damage, you can put them in, you mess them all up. And that's the fourth, Reunite. Your fourth will end when you're running out of energy on the soul well. Or if you take enough damage to like go back, like die in the shadow. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Either you die, you run out of energy, and you go back to main Sevagoth. So that's pretty much it. If you want to, I can show you the abilities right now, because I just kind of want to hop into a mission and show it off right off the rip. So we're gonna go over my abilities right now. Not my abilities, my build. I don't think I need this, honestly. I'm realizing it now because the shadow has its own thing. I don't think I need this. Okay, so on my end, what I'm going for is a similar build. I have Flow for energy, Umbral vitality, and Intensify for health and ability strength. I have Amar's Hatred for ability strength and armor. Continuity for duration, Strange and Reach for range, and this for more strength. Not only that, I'm running Molt Augmented for more strength. Once it's max stacks, I get like another 24%, 25% ability strength. And then Reconstruct to heal myself because I've noticed that like um I can't get in situations where like I take too much damage and I just want to like have a little bit of self-sustain with that. So there's that. As far as my shadow goes, I know I showed this off here in a bit. Oh, I showed it off earlier. Similar thing. Steel charge, intensify, vitality, flow, continuity, hate. Similar build. Um, is this? Yeah, it's the same build that I have for the main one. You can mod them out differently, you know. If you want to do Sevagoth regular, just range, you can do that to build this wall faster, and then you can do strength for this one. It's really up to you, but that's what I'm running with. As far as the claws go, this is what I'm running with. I usually don't show off weapon builds, but it's part of the ability, so I'm running with sacrificial steel, pressure for the fuck for the crit chance. Then I'm running gladiator might and organ shatter for the crit damage. I'm running vicious frost and virulent for viral, and I'm running heat. So you have a little bit of armor strip, and you're dealing massive damage to health. And this is to boost the slash procs because it does slash does benefit from it along with heat. So yeah, in theory it should be a good build. Practice is something else. I'm running with the Trumna Prime on this one, and his signature secondary, and the Ota, which I really like. Cause I'm trying to go with like a parrot theme, and I think this sword really fits it. So there's that. And then I'm gonna run for COVID because COVID has an ability that it can disarm enemies. And if I'm trying to be a melee person, I think that would be really good. So yeah, I'm gonna jump into my base of operations. We're gonna launch into a mission. I'm thinking maybe a survival. If there's a survival in in like a fisher, we'll do that. But if not, we'll do like a regular survival. So show off his abilities because he's really good at like endurance runs. He's good in general, just whatever you need him to do. But I'm feeling survival for him. So yeah, we're gonna get into that. Give me 1 second. Alright, so there wasn't any sort of like void fisher survival, so we're gonna go with the survival on Sedna. Um, and here's where the Yap session starts. Sorry if I sounded weird early in the video. Fucking, I woke up a while ago, like not even an hour ago, and I just needed to make this. I got sidetracked by that weird stream that was going on with DE. Not gonna lie, I forget Warframe could be a scary game if DE wanted it to. Like, for real. Like, the stuff that I was seeing on that fucking stream was kind of unnerving, and I'm kind of like, ooh. Um, but yeah, I got sidetracked with that. And then also, sorry, I've been kind of like lacking on videos lately. No, I'm not doing it on purpose. For those of you who don't know, if you are either new to my community or you don't know me, this is the first time you've seen me. I work a full-time job, and where I work at, I can't really say um, because I am essentially a public figure where I live at. At least that's what city employees are called. So keep that in mind. I can't say what I'm doing, but it's genuinely busy around this time of year, and it is insane because this whole month is gonna be insane. We have another week of a little bit of peace, and then for a week straight, it's just gonna be really heavy, and it's been kind of just insane because how can I put it? Dealing the stress with the holidays. So, little bit of personal stuff. Don't want to get into it, but I'm okay. I don't want y'all to freak out. Me and my girl ended up breaking up 2 days before Thanksgiving. But I'm okay. I'm good. I'm not like upset about it. Fucking, I did everything I could. At the end of the day, it's not my fault, so I'm fine. I know she's fine. We're good. I'm just trying to deal with the holiday stress and work, and also my schedule's gonna change on the 21st, which usually changes my upload days, but literally my days off are gonna be the same, with Saturday being off as well. But next year, all in all, should be a better year for uploads and YouTube in general, because I'm not gonna have a lot of stress. I'll be chilling a lot. Super cool. Like, I'll be stressing out, but not about like work, because vacations and stuff. And what else? I do have stuff planned for Battlefield. Like I said, I am working on like a series, which I really want to take my time and get it right, because I genuinely want to help the community who doesn't know like what to do in Battlefield. Because like when I've been playing Battlefield lately, man, if you play Battlefield 6 as well, there are some dumb people that play that game. I'm not even joking. It is insane. I know a lot of people say like, "Oh, it's a casual game. It's a casual game," and a lot of people play however they want. But Jesus Christ, I think the combination of the matchmaking in Battlefield 6 compared to just how casual it is just makes the games miserable. And I understand a lot of people don't know how to play a game, and me being someone who's been a long-time Battlefield veteran, and I say Battlefield in this game because Battlefield is what got me into Warframe, believe it or not. I lost my train of thought. I want to be able to help new players, you know, over there, but I have different stuff. It's nothing like the showcase that I'm doing here. Speaking of which, you don't need to show off the abilities. So there's a synergy to how his abilities work. Let's see if I can get to a spot. It's just there's not a lot of high density units. There's no reason to use my abilities. Like, it's not a high populated survival, sadly. Anyways, just yap here for a bit. Yeah, that's what I kind of want to do with that. I do have really good plans. So we've made it like to 62 subscribers this year, so I'm pretty excited for that, because I started off, if I'm not mistaken, with like 27 subscribers. So I've definitely seen a huge amount of growth this year in terms of my YouTube channel. I do want to get it to 100 subscribers, and then from there go to 200 and work my way up. I just gotta be better at how I make videos and stuff. For those of you who don't know, if this is your first time seeing me, oh god. I do a lot of what I do on the PS5 because it's what I'm used to. Like, I started off with the PlayStation Share, I think is what it's called. And I'm doing the studio, which is pretty cool. There's a lot more stuff I can do here, but still I'm limited to exactly what I can do. And then to pick up software, like editing software on like a PC or a laptop, kind of just confuses me, because I'm not like I'm smart, I'm good with computers, but I'm not, to like learn all that stuff on your own is kind of insane. So I do want to learn to edit. I do everything here on my own and just get that done, right? I'm gonna cast my third ability, which is something you're gonna want to always keep up, by the way. I don't know why I didn't do that when I first started. And what else? And yeah, it's just using PlayStation Studio, I believe is what it's called. Is familiar and it's easy for me. I can do more stuff with it, and I just have to put more time into it, but with work and everything, I'm limited. So I know a lot of it is just within the quality that I do, making things more entertaining, scripting things out better, but all of that will happen in time. Obviously, I just need to focus on work, and I need to get my life support, because my life support is running out. I am really feeling the speed in this freaking Warframe. It feels very sluggish, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so do this. And yeah, I am thinking of getting back into playing War Thunder. I know they just teased infantry. I don't know what's coming up with that too. If you're into War Thunder, um, definitely looking for that. Looking forward to that. But I don't know if infantry is going to be released in this coming update or if it's going to be released next year. But something's going on there, and I am super excited. I'm gonna see if I can move to a different tile set because I don't like this one. And what else? And that's pretty much it, honestly. There's been a lot of stuff I have planned going on. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. Like for me, December is usually hectic with work, so it's hard for me to get things done. I think I'm even gonna work Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. But the good thing is where I'm going, I'll have 3 days off. And also I work in the morning, so I'll be off most afternoons, so I'm able to get more content, better content more reliably. The uploads will be more consistent as well, so I'm pretty excited about that. All in all, this year's gonna be good. This is gonna be a good year for me because where I'm going, like I said, like these 3 months, when our schedule changes, I'm gonna be working mornings with Thursday, Friday, Saturday off, and then my next schedule is gonna be PM with weekends off, and then so on and so forth. So, gonna be a very easy week. This very easy year next year. Just gotta chill and focus on my health and do a bunch of other stuff. Pass second, do this. Third's already up doing work. By the way, if you all like question why I'm not doing a lot of my abilities like I should be, it's kind of how I play Warframe. I know there's some people who like to spam abilities left and right, but you gotta keep in mind I come from like a shooter background. Ow. I come from a shooter background, and this game makes me feel like a god sometimes. So what I'll do is I'll run around, running, gunning, and I put myself into the universe and think like, how would an actual Warframe fight? And I try and find a balance between finding using my abilities and gunplay, and obviously melee. So I want to use certain abilities if it is appropriate to use them, because I want to be in that kind of like power fantasy. Like for me, I've always said this, I like the fluidity of Warframe. I just like fluidity in general. Like, I'm not gonna lie, talking like about COD real quick. A lot of why, like my favorite COD is Black Ops 3. Because of how fluid everything was with the jetpacks and everything. It was super cool. You still not? Okay, he's dead now. And then going into, let's show off this fourth ability real quick, and then we'll call it after this. I just want to show this off. Yeah, where you keep Sevagoth, his ability stays active, so there's that. I hate that the shields are super low though. Hanohan is 10. Gotta jump up here. Gotta get that done. I do love this ability, by the way. Like the first ability. Super cool. We're gonna use it till it runs out. Do we want to use it till it runs out? I don't know. Probably not. These tile sets are kind of weird. Not weird, they're just not helping me right now, because I'd rather be like in a lot of close quarters team. he's gone. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that. And yeah, that's kind of roughly how you want to play him. It's just keeping your third up, using your first in a group of enemies, keeping your seconds if you get surrounded as well. There's a lot of enemies over here. And yeah, not a hard Warframe to use. He can be very fun. You're gonna want to run also. I feel like catalyzing shields would work with him, but he's always gonna be running out of shields, so the shield gate might not be worth it. I don't know. We'll see. And yeah, with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed me yapping. It's nice to just spend some time and talk to y'all for a bit. Um, I am stockpiling Battlefield footage, so like I said, I'm working on like guides and stuff, so there's that to look forward to. I am gonna be streaming the new frame, the new quest. It comes out tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna be doing that. Um, and I am very excited to go into the Descendia. I'm excited for like the proto frames and stuff. Yes, I am gonna get the Wisp proto frame, because why not? I'm also gonna get Rose. I love Harrow, by the way. Like I like his Warframe. What else? And yeah, I'm excited for all that stuff. I'm excited for all the content. I can't wait for the lore that we get. And expect me to upload my reactions and stuff as like shorts. So yeah, I did say something about trying to do it in parts. I think I might try that too. Do it in like clumps of an hour, maybe like less. Maybe do them in parts, maybe. But we'll see how that goes. Haven't done anything like that because my streaming quality lately has not been good, and it's been putting me off from wanting to stream. Cause I do like streaming, don't get me wrong, but oh god, did I actually die? I'm just gonna extract.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
I don't know if I want to do parts or live stream it. I think I kind of want to live stream it, but I'm also down for doing parts. It's just if I do it in parts, there's a chance I might miss a part where like um I don't know. We'll see what's up. I'll figure it out. I'm just definitely gonna be covering all that stuff. Super excited to bring it to y'all. Anyways, with that being said, if y'all made it this far of the video, if you like me yapping and stuff, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about Sevagoth. Is your favorite Warframe? Let me know what you're excited about with the new update, if you made it this far. And let me know what you think about that weird ass stream that happened earlier. And yeah, be safe. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch y'all next week. Peace.